Dang, I always forget that. Okay, Facebook. Okay, so if somebody does not stop on your post, like, comment, or share, Facebook will kind of push the post aside and show it to people. But if they do stop and they do like, comment, or share, Facebook says, oh, this must be a great post. I should distribute it to more of their friends or followers because people are responding to it. So Facebook does kind of have control over how many people's news feeds your posts end up in, which kind of stinks because you want everybody to see it. If they visit your page, if they actually type in your name and come to either your like page or your profile page, then they'll see everything. But just to get it to their newsfeed, which is where 99% of people see their what's going on Facebook, you have to have good traction, which means you have to have people interacting on your page. So although that Facebook covers or they determine whose Facebook feeds you go into, you have two things that you can determine. And that is you can determine the consistency of your posts and the quality of them. And those are the two things that really are going to make the biggest difference. So just like with our eating, with our working out, with our coaching, with our inviting, everything, consistency is key. And that's the same with Facebook. You might throw out a post thinking that it's like a total rock star post and it's a flop. And I know from personal experience, you think, oh my heck, seriously? Like, I don't want to post anymore. We're breaking up. I don't want anything to do with Facebook anymore. And that's not what you need to do. You need to continue. You need to get back up again, pick up the pieces, and continue on with another post. And then the quality of posts. Allie and I were talking and trying to wrap words around the best way to describe how to get a good post in somebody's news feed that's going to want them to interact, to like, or to share your post. And there's three things that you need to ask yourself when you are putting together a post. The first one is, am I adding value or being relatable to people? That's number one, super important, because people don't just want nonsense posts. They don't want filler posts. They don't want just, let me throw something out there, because they'll keep on scrolling. They won't stop. So first, am I adding value or being relatable? Number two is, am I providing an opportunity for people to interact? So just like, if people will stop and they will talk, or they'll comment, or they'll like, or they will share your post, it gets it into people's news feeds. You want to provide an opportunity for people to do that, so you can continue to push it out into more news feeds. And then third is, are you catching people's attention? We all know that we're super busy. It's super easy to stare at a news feed, to continue to scroll through your phone as you're laying in bed, and pass over post after post after post after post. Hi, honey, I'll come talk to you in a minute. I'll come talk to you in a minute. Basketball practice is done. Okay, so people will continue to scroll and not stop. But if your post can catch their attention, whether it be because of your image, because of your wording, because of whatever it may be, your video, if it catches somebody's attention, it will make them stop and consider interacting on your post. Thank you. Okay, go talk to Dad. I'll come talk to you in a minute. Love you. Love you too. Okay, love you. Thank you. Okay, so now that everybody's made their debut, thank you. Okay, go. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you guys some examples of what has worked and what has not worked. Just because it's easy to it's easy to kind of give you these rules, but it's one thing to actually put them into practice. I remember sitting at Summit thinking, okay, great, like this is all awesome and good and everything, but what does that mean? Like, what does this look like? So I wanted to share with you what it looks like. So let me pull it up, my super fancy PowerPoint. Hold on. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, go big.
I have a second hole.
Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna show you like this. Here we go. Okay, so our first one, this is a post that I just barely put up, and it's an awesome post because it has some super awesome people in it. And we're totally pumped about everybody going, that's gonna be going to Summit. However, this is the problem. This is where I ran into a problem. This is what I did wrong with this post and didn't really get much interaction on it. And it's because people cannot relate to what Summit is. People don't care. People don't know what coaching is. So even though I'm excited about it, and I think that it's cool, people cannot relate to that because they have not been there. They haven't done that. They don't understand how cool it is. Now, it doesn't mean I should not share it. I still need to share it, but it's all about sharing it differently. So I started off talking about how last year Allie and I went to Summit and had a fun time. Well, that's great, but that doesn't mean anything to them. But if I would have started off the post by talking about how fun it is to go on a girls' weekend, how much fun it is to like hang out with your girls and go and get manicures and pedicures and go out to dinner, whatever it may be, something that will relate, because we all love going on a girls' weekend. We all love getting away from the kids and from the everyday and going and doing something fun and exciting. That right there will allow somebody to be able to relate to this post and want to continue reading about how cool coaching is. Okay, so the next one. This is one that Allie posted about our coming up with our coach training. Once again, we are super excited about that, but it's also something that other people don't understand. And so if we could have started off by talking about like our love affair with peanut butter, which is something that's so relatable and people can understand, it will allow them to stop and then comment on it. Comment on, yes, I love peanut butter. I did a post recently where I took a picture of a peanut butter spoon that I didn't lick off. And I talked about how hard it was to put that spoon into the sink and not lick it. And people loved that just because they could relate. They knew that feeling. So make sure with your posts, you are allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Another thing, this is a one that Allie just posted as a good example. I couldn't pull up the video for some reason, but it was just a video of her doing one of the hammer and chisels. And she talked about her confession that she has a weakness for macaroni and cheese. People loved that because she became vulnerable. It was something that people related to, that they know that what it's like to, like take those first few bites off of your kid's plate and eat it. And then she ended off with, what small victory did you have today? Which made people have the opportunity to interact and to respond. Another good post was this one with our food. It talked all about, fueling our bodies the right way. And I went into talking about how I used to be really afraid of food and how it scared me and how I kind of kept myself away from going out with people and enjoying waffle Saturdays with my family because I was afraid of the calories that were in the food. And people really related to that. It became something that made somebody real. And so as you're looking at your posts, ask yourself, is this post adding value or is it relatable? Am I teaching somebody something that they can relate to that will change their life? So that's one of the ways, there we go, to make sure that your posts are making it into more news feeds. This is an example of an interaction post that's bad. This is something that's in my brain, so it hasn't been done yet. That's why this screen is blank. But the example is, so my son just finished the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. And I took a picture of him last night with all of the books. He was so excited. And so when I first started coaching, I probably would have just posted a picture of him with his book saying, I'm so proud of my kids. Like, they read books. That's awesome. And once again, people aren't going to care. Like, they don't know my kids. They don't care about my kids. They know nothing about them. It's not going to stop them. However, if I was to post, and I am planning on posting, I'm so proud of him. He used to hate reading. He made it through this series. Now he wants another one. What series would you suggest? And so that gives the people the opportunity to stop and say, oh my heck, my kids totally hated reading too, but this is the book that they loved. This is what changed their love for reading. And it gives us an opportunity to talk back and forth. Along with the interaction too, just a side note, is when people start making comments, try to go out of your way to comment back and ask them a question back. Try and have a conversation back and forth, because then you become more real and more reachable to them as well, which will encourage them to continue to interact with you. Here's another bad post about, New Year's. That's great and all that I was working out on New Year's. I had something important to say that was great, but it didn't make, and I got likes, I got a lot of likes, but nobody stopped to interact. And it's because I didn't ever ask a question. I just ended it with, so here we go. Let's start off 2016 with a bang. That's great, but it doesn't give people the chance to respond. So I should have ended it with, what are you doing to bring in the new year? Or how are you celebrating New Year's Eve? Because people like to share about their lives. So questions are always, always good. here's a good example of an interaction post. I just did this today and people loved it. I was sitting in the car. My little girl had just fallen asleep after being a terror all morning. And I decided just to take a picture and ask people to stop and take a picture, show us what they were doing right then. People loved it. Like, I can't even tell you all the different pictures that we got, but they were awesome. So just stopping and documenting what you're doing in your life. It can be something as simple as sitting in a car. It could be washing your hands. It could be preparing dinner. It could be whatever it may be. It could be something really lame and boring. But if you can wrap it into, this is what I'm doing right now because of, or this is something that I've had the opportunity to do. What are you doing right now? Or this is what I've learned from right now. Or if you can wrap it into something that is relatable and will also give people the opportunity to interact with you, you'll be in more news feeds. This is another good one that people really liked, is just asking them to describe their last year in one word. You could do this on a daily basis, like describe your morning in one word, or describe your workout in one word, or describe your breakfast in one word. Whatever it may be, people like to have something to contribute to and to be asked questions. Okay, so a bad example of catching people's attention. This is a post that we put out right when PIO came out. And the reason why this is a bad example is because every Beachbody coach in the network was posting this picture. And so people's news feed were clogged with this picture, and nobody stopped because they just saw it over and over and over. So what we could have done better is to have created our own image to tell people about how excited we are, so that they didn't see the same picture and it was something new and different. Maybe it would have been a picture of us doing the workout. Maybe it would have been a picture of us on our PIO mat, whatever it may be, just something that was different than everybody else to catch people's attention. This is another post that I actually just really put up, and it was a total flop. And I really think it's because, one, the picture was super boring. It didn't catch people's attention. They didn't really care. They didn't want to know what it had to say. And two, I started off the post by kind of preaching to people. Whereas if I would have started it off with talking about how, after working out for my first 30 days, I was super excited to get on the scale and ultimately saw that I had gained 2 pounds. And I was so disappointed. That's something that people can relate to, and that's something that will catch people's attention, because nobody likes feeling like their journey has failed. So make sure that you're trying to do things that will make people stop in their news feed. They will stop scrolling, so you can get it out to more people's news feeds. This is another good example of catching people's attention. It was just my video of me falling on my face. So people love to see that you're real. People love to see that you can laugh at yourself. They love to see that you make mistakes, and it catches people's attention. Nobody wants to see you over and over the same sweaty selfie every single day. This was another good catching attention, and it was another example too of just stopping at what you're in the middle of. I was in the middle of folding laundry and just posted a picture of all of my clean laundry waiting to be folded. Once again, it was not exciting. It was not special. Quite frankly, it was embarrassing that it was all sitting there, but it's something that's relatable, and it's something that stops people in their newsfeed. It catches their attention. So let's see if I can pull this back up. Hold on. How do I do this? Al, do you have anything to say while I'm trying to figure this out? Are you there, Al?
You're on mute, Allie.
Thanks, Shannon. I think that was Shannon. Okay. Let me scroll over so I can see you guys. Okay. So as I was thinking about social media and how much I've sucked at it and what I've learned and the calls that I've been listening to as I've been trying to figure out what to tell you, there are certain things that stuck out to me. And the first thing is that Facebook now is no longer for fun. Facebook is your business now. And so you need to be treating Facebook like it's your business. And so to do that, you need to figure out, what the proper ways are to post. Like Lacey said, we're just still figuring that out. Raina Odell, I think this is the call that you were talking about, Shannon.
Yeah.
It was a national wake-up call that she did. She gave 5 different ideas of things that you could post. I thought they were really great. I'm just really quick, I'm going to run through them. A motivational quote: don't use Pinterest images. Okay, everyone's using Pinterest images. Take a picture of yourself and write the quote on there. Okay, people need to know you. The whole point of your Facebook is to draw customers, and in this business your customers need to trust you because they're feeling vulnerable. So you need to portray yourself on Facebook, your whole self. You're not just Beachbody, you're not just a mom, you know, you're not just your job, you're not just a wife, you're all of those things. Okay, so you need to portray yourself as you and not just the good things. Okay, you need to be vulnerable and share your weaknesses because that's what people are drawn to, and that's how people are going to trust you. I just got a message today from my friend's wife. I've never even met her before, but we're friends on Facebook because I started friending people, friends of friends, right? She messaged me. We've known each other for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. Just barely got a message today, and she said, I've seen all of your posts. I really need some help, and judging by everything that you have posted, I trust you. Okay, and that is huge. She doesn't know me. We've never met, but she trusts me. Okay, and that is the point of your Facebook right now, is to draw customers. These customers need to trust you. So you've got to share your journey. Okay, and I know it's tough and I know it's hard, especially in the beginning when you're not used to it. It's kind of scary. You have to get over that. You have to know that in this business, what you're doing as a coach is sharing your journey. You know, maybe you don't want to put a sweaty selfie up there. Maybe you're feeling insecure because you're not where you want to be. But you guys, that's what people relate to. That's what they want to see. Okay, they want to see you on your journey, and that's what you're doing. That's why you're here as a coach, to inspire people. You have to share your journey. So let me see here. So I want you to ask yourself, when people come to your page, do they know who you are? Okay. So for me, when people come to my page, I want them to know I'm a mom. I want them to know I'm Christian. I want them to know I'm a coach, and I want them to know that they can join my team. Okay. And so when if they are spending 4 minutes on my page scrolling through, deciding if they wanted to like it or if they wanted to accept my friend request, they need to know those 4 things right off the bat. And I probably don't even have 4 minutes, you guys. So people need to know off the bat when they come to your personal page, that's probably where most of you are working off of right now, what you're all about. Okay. So if you have 10 pictures of your kids in a row, okay, maybe they still want to follow you, but that's not what you're all about. Okay. So if I went to an account of someone I didn't know and there were just plastered pictures of their kids, that's not interesting to me. I don't know those kids. Okay, I want to see your guys' kids because I know you. But someone I don't know, I don't want to see their kids all the time. So you have to make sure that you're varying your content. So we say to have five different things to rotate in between. That doesn't mean you have to post 5 times a day. I think 3 times a day is fine. And I've noticed too, something that I've learned is that when you post, it's not like in high school when you're writing a paper, okay? You're not writing and then hitting your climax of your post 5 paragraphs down. You need to catch people's attention from the first sentence, okay? So, for example, like the mac and cheese post, rather than saying, this is from Hammer and Chisel, I love it. Also, I didn't eat mac and cheese for my kids. Okay, they're probably not even reading. By the time they get there, they're not reading that at the bottom. So in the beginning, I said, oh my gosh, I freaking love macaroni and cheese. Okay, people like to see that, okay? So right off the bat, you need to say things that are gonna catch people's attention. Okay, whether it's, okay, like I love mac and cheese, or I did not wanna work out today, or asking a question, I think is a good idea. I need advice. People love to give their opinions and love to give their advice. So some examples, rather than just taking a picture and posting a sweaty selfie and saying, sweaty selfie, or instead of saying never miss a Monday, okay, everybody is saying never miss a Monday, you can say something like, it took me 30 minutes to push play because I did not want to work out, but my challengers have taught me to push past excuses. So I laced up and kicked butt. Okay, so I'm not saying you can't do never miss a Monday. Okay, we've done that and I'll probably do it again. But if you need stuff that's going to catch people's attention and let you know that you didn't want to work out, because half the time I don't want to work out. It's not like I'm a crazy person that loves to work out all the time. rather than just flexing and doing a Flex Friday, I would say, okay, something that would grab people's attention is, my dad died at age 55. Okay, people want to read that. When they see that, they want to say, oh my gosh, what did her dad die from? Okay, so instead of Flex Friday, my dad died at age 55 from cancer. I am so grateful for my body because he taught me to appreciate taking a deep breath and walking up the stairs. Okay, I am grateful for my body. And then you can follow up with, what are you grateful for? Or what makes you grateful? Like, how could you end that? What does your body do for you? Okay, so instead of just Flex Friday, okay, you need to tie it into something else and something that's going to grab people's attention from the beginning. Sorry, I'm talking so fast. I feel like we're going to run out of time. Raina Odell, who did the National Wake Up Call, she has on her, I think it's her YouTube channel, something called Critique My Page, where she goes through her coaches' pages to critique them. So we could do that to each other, but we should also go and watch and see how she's critiquing her coaches' pages, okay? Because then that will tell us, I just listened to a call and almost everything they said, I was like, oh crap, I do that. Oh shoot, I'm doing that, okay? All the things I shouldn't be doing. So it's important that we listen to things and learn from people who know what they're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna go watch that call from Raina Odell. She has a YouTube channel, okay, and her video is called Critique My Page. Another way that you can really connect to people is making a moment out of a moment, like Lacey's laundry post, okay? That's a lame post to show a picture of your dirty laundry, okay? But you can make, like he called it, a moment, making a moment out of a moment, okay? Anything, you need to share people what you're doing every day, okay? If you're like, shoot, what should I post? Take a picture of what you're doing right then and make it relatable, okay? You can do that. Just sit down and think of something, how it can relate to other people and inspire them, okay? And that way they know, they're getting to know you, and that's what you want. They need to get to know you because that's how they trust you, okay? So when you say this challenge pack's $180, it's not such a hard thing to swallow if they say, okay, that's a lot of money, but I trust her, okay? I know that she can help me because I trust her. We already have a relationship just from them being on my page. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's mainly what I had about social media. I just had one other quick thought that's not related to this. I'm feeling like really passionate about coaching right now, in case you can't tell. So a lot of you, and me too in the beginning, I was so fearful of posting because I didn't want to scare people away. And there was just a lot of fear and anxiety attached to inviting people. And when I didn't invite my friend to coach, remember when I posted on our group page that my she wasn't a friend, just someone that I knew signed to be a coach, and she was on my list to invite, but I was too scared to invite her because I didn't know her. And then she signed with someone else, okay? And I was so pissed off at myself, okay? I'm like, why was I so scared to ask her? And then I started asking myself, why am I not scared? Okay, this is gonna, just quick analogy. Why am I not scared to share my religion, but I'm scared to invite someone, okay, to be a coach? Why, what's up with that? And the more I thought about it, it came down to one word, and that's conviction, okay? I can easily talk about Jesus Christ because he's personally affected my life, okay? And no one can say anything to me that would change my mind about that. And so in the beginning, inviting people to challenge groups, I knew that challenge groups changed me, but I didn't know that my challenge groups would change someone else yet, okay? I didn't have that conviction yet, so that fear was still there for me. But you guys, the more convicted you are, the more confidence you're going to have. And when you have confidence, it's so much easier to push past the no's and the negativity. They're still there, the no's and the negativity, but it's so much easier to swallow when you're confident because you're convicted. So then you ask, how do I become convicted in my challenge groups when I'm just starting, okay? When I haven't seen results, I haven't seen people come out of my challenge groups feeling empowered and strong, okay? How do I become more convicted? Okay, well, you do it. You have to do it for a while. You have to stick with it for a while, okay? It just doesn't come overnight, okay? Just like in my faith, I didn't just automatically have a testimony of Jesus Christ. I had to work on it, and it took years, and I'm still learning, okay? And it's the same thing with your challenge groups, okay, you're not just going to have this conviction of your groups and what you can do as a coach overnight. You need to be doing it over and over in order to see your challengers come out on top. And so that's the same thing with inviting coaches. I was fearful to invite her because I hadn't yet seen what I could do for coaches. Does that make sense? But now that we're growing our team and I'm seeing, oh my gosh, I'm having an effect on her, or I'm helping her, it's so much easier for me now to extend the invitation to coach because I'm more convicted in what I'm doing. So I know it's hard, you guys, but the more you do it, the more convicted you're going to be and the more confidence you're going to get in this business. So you just have to push through that beginning. You just have to stick to the 3 vital behaviors. Invite and be a product of the product. Okay. Do your personal development. And as you do those things, Kate, then it comes to fruition. Then you start believing what you're doing is really making a difference. So anyway, sorry, Lacey, go ahead.
No, that was awesome. We only have 5 minutes left. So before anything, I want to ask you guys, do you have any questions before we continue to talk?
Are you guys boosting posts? And if so, kind of how are you determining that?
The only posts we boost are the ones when we're announcing a challenge group or a clean eating group or a coaching at a glance group. We'll boost those posts. Everything else we allow to go through organically.
Okay.
And we also run an ad. Al, you know more about that than I do.
Yeah, so we have been consistently running ads and boosting those few things, but the call that I just listened to about recruiting through social media, these 2 coaches who are the top in the business, they don't do like ads. They only pay for ads through boosts. Okay, so I still need to figure this out. So I'd still boost challenge groups, but I'm thinking, okay, I want to boost posts that are going to bring people to my page. So if I'm seeing a lot of interaction on one post, then I'm going to boost that post, because that means that more people are going to see it. I'm going to get more interaction, which means I'm going to get more likes. So,
Right.
And I see that's a better way to use your money maybe in boosting a popular post than it would be running an ad that some people will click on.
Right.
But I haven't tested that. That's just what I've recently listened to.
I think I agree with you on that. I boosted my post of me doing that crazy exercise on the bench, with your legs out and in for chisel. And it was about my spina bifida. And I mean, it's had like 20,000 views. And I think it was because it was a combination of what we're talking about, showing your weakness as well as boosting it, I guess. So yeah, I think I'm with you on that. I don't think the liking the page is really the way to go.
Yeah, I think I would agree to that. We need to try it.
Yeah.
Turn off our ads and see. But I love that you just brought that up again. You shared about your spina bifida. You guys, any sort of weaknesses that you're having, people love that. Okay, they don't want to see perfection. They want to see imperfect people working hard to get better. Okay, so don't be scared about sharing your journey. She said on this call, close your eyes and do it. Okay, you're scared to do it. Close your eyes and do it. Close your eyes and push post. You do it anyways. Okay, you do it. You hear me?
That's how I invite. I invite by just going, okay, I just got to invite, and I just do it. And I don't even think about it then. It's too scary.
And you've been doing awesome. I think that's, just like Allie said, you just close your eyes and jump, and you know that there's going to be some flops, and that's okay. And there's going to be some successes that you thought would be a flop, and that's okay. It's a total trial and error thing. But you have to remember that's kind of the beauty of social media, that tomorrow, nobody's going to remember if you flopped. It's a new day. You get to start over. It's a clean page. And so you just continue to try and figure it out. Just continue to be you. And if you can be true to who you are, if you can talk the way that you talk, if you can share the way that you share, if you can be just you can't please everybody. Not everyone's going to love what you have to say. Not everyone's going to join you. But those people that do, you've made a difference in them, and those are the ones that matter. And so don't be afraid to be unapologetically you. So we are going to be cut off, and I don't want to just ditch you all, but we are going to be shut down in less than a minute. So you guys are doing awesome. If you have any more questions, please post them on our page, and Allie and I will either do a clip or we'll just respond in type form. So anyway, keep it up. You guys are doing amazing. We're super proud of you and just love you all.
We haven't said we're awesome yet. We're awesome. Team Empower. We're awesome.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. As long as that's on there.
Bye, guys.
Bye.